My name is not Nkem. Yeah. Hey guys, and welcome to my channel, Life of Nkem. So I am going to be doing a get to know me video, which I have been promising for quite some time now, but I recently did one on my locks, like a locks special, and this one is going to be a general getting to know me, the girl behind Life of Nkem, finally. So the questions that I sort of compiled together were questions I just basically found on the internet, like, you know, the general get to know me tag, the TMI tag, and putting that all into a list of questions, which will hopefully give you enough insight into who I am. So let's get into it. So first question is, where am I from? So basically I am from, if you can't tell by my accent, maybe not, I don't know, but I'm from London, UK. I was born and raised in London, but my parents, my mum is from Barbados and my dad is from Nigeria. So I have a wonderful, perfect blend of African and Caribbean. So the next question is, what is my middle name? Now, actually my middle name is Nkem, and my first name is Melissa. So that's basically where Life of Nkem comes from. Nkem is my middle name. Next question is, how tall am I? So I am 5'9", and I class that as tall because all of my friends are basically shorter than me. So I actually don't like wearing heels. I'm not really a fan of heels. You'll probably catch me in flats, or people really hate this, but the kitten heel, I'm fine with the kitten heel, believe you me. But yeah, 5'9". What do I do for a living? So that was in my locks question, as I said before, so I'm bringing it also into this Q&A. And what I do for a living is basically professionally, like day-to-day 9 to 5 type of thing. I am a digital marketing manager for a charity, and I basically manage the day-to-day running of their social media and of their website and other digital communication channels such as newsletters. So I put together the content for that, and I also put together the strategy, the digital strategy for that also. I am also a writer, and I basically write children's stories and young adult novels also. So I do that on the side, and as the time goes on, I will definitely be introducing that more into this channel. I have written a few children's books, and I like to turn that into a children's book series. I have also self-published one as well, but I'm looking to redo that and re-illustrate that and everything. Looking for an illustrator, long story short. But once that is all done, I will be sharing my baby with you, and so yeah, definitely look out for that. But I also do write as well for a living. I've been doing that for years. I've been doing that since I was a teenager, in fact younger than that, but I have been writing for a long time. But yeah, so I'm a writer as well. Do I speak any languages? No, I don't speak any languages, unfortunately. I would love to learn Spanish though. I won't say I can speak it. I know the basics. I know the very basics, but even then I don't practice it enough for me to be able to literally let it flow off my tongue. So I would love to learn Spanish more fluently, and I love visiting Barcelona. Barcelona is like my favorite. It's my go-to place, really. Can't get bored of it, so I love it. My favorite season has to be autumn. It has always been autumn. Autumn, I just feel like I know what I'm wearing with autumn. I can dress it up, I can put layers on it and everything like that. I love when the leaves change, and I just love that sort of preparation for the festivities. And by festivities I mean like Christmas. And I was in America a couple of years ago, and I was there for Thanksgiving, and that was the first Thanksgiving I ever experienced, and I loved it. I just love autumn. Embarrassing moment throughout school. Now, I saw this question and I thought, should I include it? I don't know, this probably might not even go in, but I will share an embarrassing moment with you, and all in the name of getting to know me. But basically, this is going way back into when I was in primary school. So I was about 6 or 7, probably 7, 8 years old. So, you know, go easy on me. But basically we had this thing where a group of students were allowed to go out on little mini field trips. So by field trips I mean like there's a local market, you can go to the local market, buy things like that. This particular time we were allowed to bake a cake, and So we came back with the ingredients, and I was one of those children that were chosen to bake this cake, and you bake it for the class basically. So I then was responsible for carrying the tray of cakes back to the classroom, and I'm not sure what happened exactly, but I think I basically tripped over this boy who was in front of me, over the back of his shoe, and I went flying forward and the cakes went flying everywhere. And basically it was one of those horrible moments where I think I was basically hated. That particular time, you know, it was all, oh man, gosh, trust you to do that, and it was just horrible. It was so bad. I wanted to be swallowed up into a hole. I was basically that child. I was that annoying child that had to spoil it for everyone. But you know, the teacher actually ended up scooping it all back up and saying, you know what kids, it's all right, it's fine, you can eat it still. I didn't eat that, but yeah. So that, I definitely remember that. Looking back on it now, I don't think anyone remembers that, but it stays with me. It does. What was my favorite subject at school, followed by what was my worst? So my favorite subject was drama, theatre studies. I loved theatre studies. I loved acting, I loved going to the theatre. It was amazing. And I was in quite a few productions, like local productions and things like that, when I was growing up, and I loved it. I loved it. And that would have been my profession really. If I always thought, oh, I'm gonna be an actress and I'm gonna, you know, act amongst like celebrities and actors like Denzel Washington, things like that. It just didn't happen. I went to uni, studied something else, and yeah, but I loved it. My worst subjects, oh, what subject did I not like? I didn't like geography. I dropped that very quickly because at secondary school you can drop subjects and swap them for other things. So I think I swapped that one for history, and I loved it in the end, history. But yeah, geography, didn't like it. If we're going for alcoholic, I love cocktails. I love a good cocktail, and my favorite cocktail is Mai Tai. It's like a sweet but strong cocktail. Love it. And soft drink, my favorite soft drink is orange juice. By far a giraffe. I love giraffes. When I went to Kenya a few years ago, I managed to see a giraffe or giraffes up close, and getting to read all about them is just beautiful. They are such beautiful, graceful creatures, and you know, I just love them. I absolutely love them. So yeah, giraffes, my favorite animal. My favorite perfume has to be, I'm a bit funny, I'm very picky with perfumes. I don't like strong, overbearing perfumes. I tend to be a sort of light, fruity, sweet type of perfume girl, and I don't like anything too heavy that is just makes my eyes water. So I love Gucci. I love Gucci Bamboo and Gucci Guilty. I mean, okay, I need to choose one. Okay, Gucci Bamboo. I am a hot water and lemon person. So I don't know, I just love that. And it's really good for you as well, especially first thing in the morning, cleanses you out, lovely. But if I had to choose, I guess it would be tea, but I'm honestly not a big tea drinker. Ooh, my own? No, I'm joking, no. My favorite book, I would say, oh, there's so many. I love Chimamanda, you know, Americana, Pearl Hibiscus. But I would say, I will have to go for the one that made me cry. A couple of them made me cry. But I would have to say, Mallory Blackman's Noughts and Crosses. I read that book 3 times, and each time I cried at the end. It was such a wonderful sort of plot, and I just loved it. It was really good. So Noughts and Crosses. My favorite movie, ooh, I have to go for a classic. Well, I call it a classic for me, and that was The Hand That Rocks the Cradle. That was a very early 90s movie. It was basically about a nanny who, it's like a thriller drama, a nanny who goes to work for a family, and she's this very, she's just not cool. She ends up trying to kill them basically, but I just love that movie. I can watch it over and over again. In fact, I might have to find that and watch it again. But The Hand That Rocks the Cradle, if anyone knows that movie, please comment below, give this video a thumbs up, just to let me know that you are on the same wavelength, you know that movie I'm on about. But yeah, it's an old classic. I believe it was 1992 it was released, I think, so we're going way back here. Am I single or am I taken? I am very much taken. I have a boyfriend, so yeah, I'm taken. What is my ideal first date? My ideal first date, I think, going back to like when I was single and dating and stuff, I think you have to kind of be careful with those sort of things. Not careful, but in terms of, you know, you want to keep it light, especially if it's first dates. You want to keep it where, you know, if things aren't going very well, it's not gonna go on to the ends of, you know, you can just quickly leave if you need to. So something like a bar, cocktails. In fact, I think that'd be my ideal first date, bar and cocktails. Yeah, or food. A restaurant possibly, but again, restaurants can be quite awkward if you don't really know that. Do you know what I mean? If you don't really know that person, you're kind of in a sticky situation if this is not going well. So something that where you can exit very quickly, or just a coffee and walking in the park, you know, that kind of thing. However, I remember one of the dates that, in fact, the first date that I had organized for with my boyfriend, I organized an escape room. He would probably think that his bowling idea was really good, which it was, but I just think, you know, that's a pretty cool date. Like locking yourself into a room and having to solve clues to get yourself out of that room in under 60 seconds. It's really cool, you know, you get to know each other's way of thinking. We basically went over an hour, so we both weren't smart in that sense, but there was only 2 of us. But I like that kind of date, those kind of adventure dates, those kind of not your norm kind of dates. My favorite memory from childhood, I would say I basically have family in Leeds, and when we were younger, me and my sister, we would basically get to travel a lot. And we would always go to visit our family in Leeds, our cousins. And I remember the best Christmases, the best summer holidays, the best Easter breaks were spent there. And most of the time, the way we would travel there, which is probably not cool now, but we loved it, is we would travel in the back of my uncle's van, basically, and would have to, because he would work at night, and we would have to wait in his van and sleep basically in his van, and then wake up and we're in Leeds. And it was just such an adventure for us, you know. It was just amazing. I loved it, and that's basically my favorite memory from my childhood. Oh my gosh, there are loads. How to Get Away with Murder, definitely. Scandal, not on anymore, but I loved it. Power, great one. I love The Real Housewives of Atlanta and Potomac, actually. Potomac was a good one that I got into when I was waiting for Atlanta to come back on. Is there anything I missed out? Probably, but yeah, those are my favorite ones for now. I have an iPhone, and I think this is an iPhone 7 possibly, I think, yeah. So guys, those were my get to know me questions. I hope you liked that, and it's giving you a bit more insight into me, the girl behind Life of Nkem. And if you did like this video, please do give it a thumbs up. Also, please do subscribe to my channel, and I will see you again in my next video. Thank you so much for watching. Take care. Bye.